Okay, so let's just start right off with the obvious right here, shall we? If you live anywhere in Alaska, you will never ever see Russia from your back patio. And Sarah Palin really was a complete disaster for the Republicans that year. Duly noted. But then again, you kind of already knew all of that, didn't you? So, why this now? Almost 2-hour-long documentary, a full 3.5 years after the fact, when there's really nothing new to say about it. You know, if I didn't already know any better, I'd almost think it was a deliberate ploy just to remind you of how bad she really was back then. Just so that you'll go straight down to the polls to vote for Barack Obama now. Nah, that can't be it. That's just too obvious. But then again, it has to be said, Mr. Obama would never have even needed this kind of propping up back then anyway. Anybody could have beaten President Bush. Amidst this perfect storm of complete national frustration with his policies. And then on top of all of that, the Republican Party comes in and does the absolutely unimaginable. In a stroke of hubris tone deafness for the ages, they went and picked another one just like him for their nominee. What the hell were they thinking? Enter Barack Obama, this brash, young superstar of a candidate who looks great, dresses absolutely perfectly, speaks flawlessly, and carries himself off in a way that can only be described as presidential, offering hope and change. Oh, and then this one other thing, a shot at making history by electing the very first African American president. This whole campaign was over before it even started, really. Nobody could have beaten that. McCain could never have beaten that no matter who he picked. So with all that in place, Sarah Palin really isn't that far-fetched, is it? I mean, the very worst that could happen to you pretty much already has. And at best, you just might actually shake some things up. And it's on this note that they employ a very highly sophisticated and flawlessly executed sleight of hand. You see, the intended message for you here is Sarah Palin sucks, better vote Barack Obama. But that's the obvious takeaway. Look closer. Peel back a couple of layers, and at the very core of it lies this undeniable truth. John McCain should never have even gotten the nomination at all. Mitt Romney should have. That's right. Hey Republicans, wake up. You've just been given a second shot at getting this one right. I suggest that you take it. For all those of you who liked and actually supported this film, well, what the heck, you were going to vote for Barack Obama all along anyway. This changes nothing. The rest of us see right through it and you. So go right ahead, vote for him. I'm not going to try to stop you. Not today anyway. Just please don't tell me it's because of this, okay? Tell me you're voting for him because you get it, that Obama came into an economy that was already in a shambles, promising to fix it. Only instead of actually fixing it, he took a staggering $9 trillion national debt and in 3 years has almost doubled it to 16 trill. Point of no return, and you endorse all that. That'd be a well thought out reason. Vote for him because you actually like the idea of your government telling you right where to go. You know, for healthcare and all that sort of thing. Vote for him because even with the top 1% of all income earners carrying the top 37% of all income taxes, you still don't think that's a fair share. Vote for him because he said no to the Keystone Super Pipeline when it so obviously would have helped out on so many different levels. And finally, you should vote for him because you, like he, just can't stop yourself from apologizing for our country every chance you get. And like he, you are generally proud of all of our corpsmen in all branches of our armed services across all 57 states of our country. Those would be some legitimate reasons. This has been Steve on Game Change. Shameless, completely transparent, fail. We are the ones who are changing this game, and we are rising.